WWE Universe, what's going on? My name is Justin here on Delayed Gaming, and today we are starting the WWE 2K14 Universe mode, featuring WCW, Ring of Honor, TNA, and WWE all on the same Universe mode. This is something I've been actually doing on my own for a while, but I think it's a cool idea, so I want to share it with you guys. The reason I'm doing it on 2K14 and not 2K15 is I don't own 2K15 because I've been reading reviews. I've been hearing it's not so great. I only have an Xbox 360 too. And also, apparently, the Create an Arena feature is no longer featured on 2K15, so I can only do this with 2K14. So, yeah, what we're looking at here is the calendar. Basically, there's going to be 2 pay-per-views a month. TNA and Ring of Honor will be running one set of pay-per-views on the second week of the month, and WCW and WWE will be running the end of the month pay-per-views. First pay-per-view you saw there on the calendar was King of the Ring. That'll be hosted by TNA and Ring of Honor. Just got to look at our champions there. And now we're going to take a look at the rosters. Nitro's roster you see here. Scroll down, take a look. Yes, I do have Chris Benoit on there. I'd have a couple of deceased wrestlers in my universe mode. Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, 2 of them. And I believe Test is on the Ring of Honor roster. These are just guys I've downloaded rather, and that I've been a fan of, and figured I'd feature them in universe mode. You saw ass and titties there on the Ring of Honor roster. That's a created guy my girlfriend made, actually. So maybe we'll be seeing some of him in universe mode. And then taking a look at the TNA roster. Just a disclaimer about the Ring of Honor roster. I don't follow Ring of Honor that much. It's basically just, the roster is just a collection of guys who are either no longer contracted with WWE, guys who have been with Ring of Honor before WWE, like Cesaro and Daniel Bryan, and just a few current Ring of Honor guys as well. Kevin Steen, the Briscoe brothers on there. So just a disclaimer for any Ring of Honor fans who got excited when they saw this. It's not hardcore Ring of Honor, but I got CM Punk and Colt Cabana, as you saw there, as the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, the Second City Saints. Just giving you guys a run through the teams here. It's Foreign Policy, Alberto Del Rio's stable on Ring of Honor, featuring Ricky Reyes, Muhammad Hassan, Umaga, and Antonio Cesaro. The Authority on Raw, got the Brotherhood, Cody Rhodes, and Goldust. The Miz and Mizdow, the Tag Team Champions. It's a shame Damien Sandow isn't Mizdow in this game. He's still the intellectual savior of the masses, but that's okay, we'll make it work. And there's Carter Inc. EC3's little stable, featuring Rhino and his bodyguard, Brodus Clay, now known as Tyrus, but he's still Brodus Clay in this game. And, yeah. Briscoe Brothers, Ring of Honor, and the Revolution closing out our teams on TNA. Alright, and I think that'll do it, and let's get started. Mr. McMahon dropping the bombshell there that he has purchased TNA and Ring of Honor, rebooted WCW, WWE RAW still up and running, all 4 brands now going at the same time for the first time ever. Kicking it off, Monday Nitro episode 1 on Monday night. Starting off with a 6-man tag, the Tag Team Champions, New World Order members Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, and Diesel, teaming up with the Big Show, the World Heavyweight Champion. They will take on Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair, in what should be a very exciting 6-man tag team matchup. The champions in this match could have implications on future contenders for those titles, especially if maybe the Big Show gets knocked off. Taking a look at the replays of the match here, Here's Rey Mysterio hitting a frog splash on the Big Show, getting the pin. Rey Mysterio knocking off the World Heavyweight Champion for the victory. As these three men celebrate, Flair, Guerrero, and Mysterio. Next up, we have Zack Ryder against Gregory Helms here on Nitro. I mean, this could have implications on the United States Championship hunt. I'm a big Gregory Helms fan. I mean, I liked when he came out with the ridiculous Titantron with just the sunglasses. It was really cool. But, yeah, I've always liked Helms. Always loved the Hurricane. And he got the victory there over Zack Ryder. Now it's the United States champion Rusev taking on Chris Benoit in non-title action. And it was Rusev hitting a huge fall-away slam here. And getting the victory over Chris Benoit. Making a case for why he is the United States champion on Nitro. Alright, and this was a match for the #1 contendership for the tag titles. Big story here. Cody Rhodes abandoning Goldust during a #1 contenders match. Who would have thought? My God, I wonder what Cody's explanation for that is. Goldust tried to take on the New Age Outlaws by himself, but he just couldn't do it. Too much for Goldust, the veteran, and the New Age Outlaws become the #1 contenders to the WCW Tag Team Champions. They will probably face the New World Order at Extreme Rules. Now this is a fatal four-way to determine, well, almost to determine the #1 contender to Big Show's World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules, the pay-per-view at the end of the month. It's going to be Edge, Chris Jericho, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and Goldberg squaring off in fatal four-way action. Now this is a chase to the World Championship fatal four-way match. And what that means is the winner will obviously move on to next week, as will those two superstars who do not get pinned. However, the superstar who does get pinned or made to submit in this match will be eliminated from the chase. And the three remaining superstars will move on to next Monday's Nitro and battle in a triple threat match. Same rules apply. The man getting pinned in that match next week will be eliminated. And then in 2 weeks, it'll be down to the final two guys battling it out to see who's the #1 contender and who will take on the Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules. Now, of course, the WCW roster, too, is just some guys who had their start in WCW or some guys who are currently still contracted with WWE but don't appear on WWE television that much. So, obviously, Jericho making his huge start in WCW. Goldberg and Hulk Hogan had their time in WCW. Hollywood Hulk Hogan really came to be in WCW, obviously. Edge had a very short tenure in WCW, I believe, before he was even Edge. So, I threw him on WCW. There weren't a lot of guys on the WCW roster when I made the rosters. There actually weren't enough to get the show going. That's why I had to throw a few guys from Raw over to WCW. Like you saw, Zack Ryder was on WCW, Rusev, keeping him as the current United States champion as well. Throwing Edge on WCW as well. So I'd like to know what you guys think of this idea in the comments section. Let me know what you think of the whole WCW Ring of Honor TNA WWE combo. Let me know if you want me to make any changes to these videos. If you want a shorter video, I understand this video is an hour or so long. So that's a lot of gameplay footage there to sit and watch. What I wanted to do was just give you guys a rundown of the show. Little replays of the, first four matches, and then give you the main event in its entirety. Just to not, not be too cheap with you guys, So, here comes Goldberg, former World Heavyweight Champion in his own right, as are Chris Jericho, Edge, and Hollywood Hulk Hogan, all four of these guys, former World Heavyweight Champions, either in WCW or WWE. So a lot of history between these four guys as well. Edge and Chris Jericho, former tag team champions. Edge and Hulk Hogan, former tag team champions. You know, Jericho has also had his rivalries with, you know, all three of these men, really. Of course, Goldberg certainly had his run-ins with Hulk Hogan in WCW as well. And here comes the Hulkster, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Alright, so let me give you guys a rundown of what else is going on too. So as you guys saw on the calendar, or in case you didn't see it, the first pay-per-view that we will be hosting is King of the Ring, which will be the third episode of our series, because we got one more episode of weekly shows to go, and then King of the Ring is the second week of the month, so that will be the third episode. So what we're going to have is an 8-man King of the Ring tournament as the main feature on that card. It'll feature 4 guys from TNA, 4 guys from Ring of Honor, and we'll have a few qualifying matches on this episode, as well as the final qualifying matches on the next episode, next week. And surely, you know, the matches this week on all 4 shows will have pay-per-view implications. Obviously, you know, this starting to set up the picture for Extreme Rules, which is at the end of the month, which will be hosted by Raw and Nitro. One of these men will be battling Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship. You guys can leave in the comment section below who you'd like to see taking on Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules. And hey, leave what kind of match you'd like to see it contested in too, because Extreme Rules will be full of gimmick matches. Should be a lot of fun. Now for these main events, I let the computer play it out. I don't want, you know, because what tends to happen when I play the matches is that I usually win. So I don't want there to be any sort of, you know, unpredictability lost when you see who I'm playing as. So I just let the computer run this out. The other 4 matches, I play them just to make them run quicker, because I'm not going to be showing the whole thing to you guys, but, you know, I do randomly select who I'll be playing as. So the winner of every match in universe mode here is really a toss-up. So this is so not what would be happening in a real Fatal 4-Way match on TV. Just 2 separate fights going on right now, but right next to each other. Real life, it'd probably be Hulk Hogan getting ping-ponged around between the 3 faces. Ooh, nice gut buster there from Goldberg. This is a pretty sweet custom Nitro arena as well. You know, I did not make this. There's going to be a lot of creative wrestlers in this universe mode that I also did not create. So, what sucks is, you know, you can't just go on Xbox and get like a direct list of the users, you know, gamer tags of the people who made what you downloaded. I'd have to probably go through a lot of search results, figure out which one I downloaded, figure out the name, and, you know, give credit where it's due. You know, there are going to be a few created wrestlers that I did make, but again, I will try sooner or later to give credit to those who have made what I use in the created wrestler in the in-universe mode, because obviously Ring of Honor as well as TNA will be featuring a lot of created guys. So, and also, guys, if you want to add me on Xbox Live, I will be leaving my gamer tag in the description below this video, as well as a timetable of this entire video as a whole. If you guys don't feel like, sitting through this entire thing, you want to skip around to the main events of the show, but just be wary. There are a few cutscenes, between matches, and some really important scenes you might miss out on. So, I honestly love WWE 2K14, and I never really thought of doing, this amount of customization. Usually when I play universe mode, even when I have the 4 brands going like this, I usually just let, the computer generate the matches and just play those out. But, I figured if I was going to be... Oh, springboard there from Jericho. Going outside again. Another springboard move from Jericho. He's going crazy. Oh my god. Springboard crossbody hitting Hulk Hogan. But, anyway, yeah, but, I figured if I'd be sharing this with you guys, I try to get some good booking going, try to get some storylines and feuds going. Try to keep it interesting. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you end up liking the booking, if you feel like you think this is heading in a good direction. Obviously, you have any ideas, leave them in the comment section. I want this to be, viewer driven, as well as, from my own mind of what I'd be booking. But obviously, if you guys have any ideas, leave them in the comment section. Be sure to like and subscribe this video too, please, if you plan on watching future episodes. Jericho hit a code breaker on Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and he just won. Chris Jericho wins the Fatal 4-Way match. Hollywood Hulk Hogan has been eliminated from the chase to the World Heavyweight Championship. That code breaker caught me off guard. I barely even noticed it. It's the cool thing about watching, probably the only cool thing about watching the computer run out the matches is that you don't see, the momentum bar. You don't see when they have signatures and finishers. So the shock value, in a way, is still there from just watching a match on TV. Jericho picking up the pinfall victory over Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I think Jericho just trying to rub it in Hulk Hogan's face there. Hollywood Hogan having none of it. Clearly upset that he's been eliminated from the chase to the World Heavyweight Championship. And that is the end of the first episode of Nitro. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And we, of course, now are going to move on to the first episode of Ring of Honor. Tuesday Night Ring of Honor. Coming at you live from this awesome Ring of Honor arena I found as well. Alright, starting things off with a King of the Ring qualifying match. VSK and Mr. Kevin Tibbs will open things up on Ring of Honor. Both these guys getting their start in the Victory Pro Wrestling Long Island promotion, now featured here on Ring of Honor in my universe mode. And it was Kevin Tibbs picking up the victory, solidifying his position as the first qualifier for the King of the Ring tournament. So we'll see Kevin Tibbs on pay-per-view in a couple of weeks, trying to grab the throne. Now up next, CM Punk, one half the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, being accompanied by his partner Colt Cabana, taking on Alex Shelley of the Motor City Machine Guns. Shelley would hit sliced bread and pick up the win over CM Punk there. That has to have Tag Team Championship implications. Now it's Daniel Bryan taking on the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Jay Briscoe, accompanied by his brother Mark Briscoe. Daniel Bryan wearing the funkiest attire I could have possibly made for him. I forgot I even made that. Briscoe picking up the win over Daniel Bryan. I apologize, when you don't see exactly how they won the match. Some of these replays don't provide a good insight into what happened. And here's one of those backstage clips I was talking about that you might have missed if you skipped around a little bit. And it is just as we have suspected. The Motor City Machine Guns have been made #1 contenders to the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. And if you saw there, Chris Sabin, if he beats Colt Cabana next week, the Motor City Machine Guns get to pick the stipulation. This was a Ring of Honor King of the Ring qualifying match between the pure champion AJ Styles and Test. AJ Styles picking up the win, checking on Test after the match, who appears to be hurt, but no. Test giving AJ Styles a low blow. That is not how you become a contender for the pure championship, at the very least. Test making a statement, but not in the right way. See if AJ Styles has anything to say about that next week. And now we've reached our main event of the evening, a 6-man over-the-top rope battle royal to determine the #1 contender for Jay Briscoe's World Heavyweight Championship at King of the Ring. See Alberto Del Rio, the leader of Foreign Policy, the new stable that again features Del Rio himself, Umaga, Muhammad Hassan, Antonio Cesaro, and Ricky Reyes. So this match will feature Alberto Del Rio, John Morrison, Kevin Steen, Ricky Reyes, Antonio Cesaro, and Rob Van Dam. So, yes, exactly what you're thinking. That means Foreign Policy has a 50% shot at one of their men becoming #1 contender to the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship and getting a chance to dance with Jay Briscoe at King of the Ring. So again, this is our main event on Ring of Honor, so I'll be giving you this match in its entirety. And just a recap of what happened a couple of minutes ago, if you didn't quite catch it. So Alex Shelley defeated CM Punk in a singles match. Again, CM Punk, one half of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Management declared after that the Motor City Machine Guns are the #1 contenders to the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships, currently held by the Second City Saints, Colt Cabana, and CM Punk. Now, next week on Ring of Honor, Chris Sabin will go one-on-one with Colt Cabana, the two members of the teams that didn't fight this week. They'll go at it next week. And if Chris Sabin is to win that match, then the Motor City Machine Guns will get to choose the stipulation of that match at King of the Ring. And of course, the flip side, if Colt Cabana defeats Chris Sabin, then the Second City Saints, will they get to pick the stipulation? It hasn't quite been clarified if they'll get to decide a stipulation, but we'll see what happens next week. See what else management and Ring of Honor has to whip up for us. Management being Mr. McMahon right now, because he's running all 4 shows at the moment. He might appoint some general managers to each brand very soon, so he's not such a busy old man anymore. Here comes John Morrison. Speaking of general managers too, guys, give me ideas as far as who you'd like to see running each of these individual shows. I am going to be making, important, cutscenes in the Story Creator, as you can see. I want this to be an interesting series, not just match after match after match. I want to have some things going on. So leave me some ideas. Tell me who you want to be running the shows, who you want to be running Nitro, Ring of Honor, Impact, and Raw. It's a shame Morrison's awesome entrance isn't featured as a, default superstar entrance, whatever you want to call it, in these games, with the hair blowing in the wind and the slow motion. That was cool. I missed that. And John Morrison actually on Lucha Underground now, which looks like a pretty cool up and coming promotion. I don't know if you guys have checked that out, but definitely worth taking a look at. Here comes Rob Van Dam, former world champion in his own right, former WWE and ECW champion, now taking his talents to Ring of Honor. See if he can win this battle royal and become #1 contender and take on Jay Briscoe at King of the Ring. I think no matter who wins this battle royal, it's going to be a great matchup that we get to see come King of the Ring for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Also, as you might have missed before, AJ Styles took on Test in a King of the Ring qualifying match. Now, as you saw in his entrance and before at the beginning of this video, AJ Styles is the current reigning Ring of Honor Pure Champion. AJ Styles defeated Test in that match earlier on tonight. So AJ Styles will be participating in the King of the Ring tournament on Ring of Honor's side of things. However, Test feigned an injury after the match, drawing AJ Styles in, who cares about his fellow competitors, as the Pure Champion. But Test drew him in, and he suckered him in, hit him with a low blow before. Left AJ Styles rolling around in the ring, holding his groin. So we'll see if AJ Styles has anything to say about that. I mean, Test might have gotten in AJ Styles' head. Maybe Styles wants a rematch with Test. Maybe that might have implications on the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. Maybe Styles might want to teach Test a lesson. And you know what? Styles won't be afraid to put that title on the line. So we might see some other things happen between Test and AJ Styles, but we'll find out next week on Ring of Honor. That was Ricky Reyes, another member of Foreign Policy, coming down to the ring. And here comes the final member, well, one of the 5 members, rather, of Foreign Policy, but the final one to enter this match, Antonio Cesaro, coming down to the ring in his outlandish purple and yellow attire that I made for him a long time ago. I'm an attire junkie. I love making custom attires. I love, as soon as I see somebody on TV with a new attire, I usually create it in the game. It's my favorite part about WrestleMania, honestly. Everybody gets a cool new pair of tights. I always look forward to that. Cesaro trash talking the audience, cracking his neck, getting ready. Battle Royal coming up. I think he was the last entrant. Yes, he was. Get out of here, Big Show. You're not on Ring of Honor. And here we go. Over the top rope Battle Royal. The winner takes on Jay Briscoe for the World Championship at King of the Ring. And look how perfectly that worked out. Every member of Foreign Policy going after a different man. Del Rio taking on Kevin Steen in the corner over there, hitting him with a nice suplex. Ricky Reyes battling Rob Van Dam. John Morrison battling Antonio Cesaro. That would be a great match to see on TV, actually. Morrison and Cesaro. Cesaro might be going out here, hanging on. But no, he rolls back. Yeah, yep, rolls back in. Del Rio trying to eliminate Kevin Steen, but no. Kevin Steen gets right back in. Ricky Reyes on the outside now. Hitting Rob Van Dam with a clothesline, but Rob Van Dam hangs on. Kevin Steen trying to eliminate Del Rio. You know Del Rio wants Foreign Policy to have a good start on Ring of Honor. You gotta believe he thinks they'll have a good chance at winning this Battle Royal with not just one, not two, but three of their members comprising half of the participants in this Battle Royal. Foreign Policy has to win this. I mean, if they don't, I'll be shocked. There's three of them in there. They had a 50% chance of winning this thing. And you know Del Rio is going to do everything in his power to get back to the top of the mountain, even in a different promotion. No one eliminated thus far. Jay Briscoe probably watching this one closely, scouting out his 6 possible #1 contenders. Again, the winner of this match will battle Jay Briscoe for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship at King of the Ring. And look at this, Kevin Steen trying to eliminate Del Rio. Del Rio's out. Kevin Steen eliminates Alberto Del Rio. Oh my God. The leader of Foreign Policy eliminated first. Del Rio cannot be happy about that. I don't think any of us were expecting that, and what the hell was that? Rob Van Dam just glitched his way out of Battle Royal. So RVD's eliminated too. Credit RVD with an elimination, but he eliminated himself. Kevin Steen almost going over, but he hangs on and gets back in. There goes Ricky Reyes. Ricky Reyes eliminated by John Morrison. Cesaro, the only remaining member of Foreign Policy. I mean, Cesaro still has a 1/3 chance at winning this now. He'd have a 25% chance only if it wasn't for Rob Van Dam eliminating himself. That was hilarious. You just went through the ropes. Gotta love WWE 14, 2K14. Gotta love all these glitches. Kevin Steen trying to eliminate Cesaro. John Morrison joining in. Can they get him off? Kevin Steen with a shot to the head of Cesaro, and he's out. Foreign Policy completely swept in this Battle Royal. My God. Alberto Del Rio must be fuming backstage right now, knowing that none of his men, nor he himself, could win this Battle Royal and get a chance to bring the World Championship home to Foreign Policy. Ooh, Kevin Steen almost eliminated Morrison there, but Morrison hanging on, getting back into the ring. That's not what you want to do in a Battle Royal. Neither is that. Now Morrison dragging Kevin Steen's dead weight up off the mat, kicking him to the shin, trying to push him over now. This could be it. This could be it. Kevin Steen is teetering. Morrison with a drop kick, and there goes Kevin Steen. John Morrison. John Morrison wins the Battle Royal. John Morrison is the #1 contender to the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. What a huge victory for John Morrison. Last eliminating Kevin Steen, a former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion himself. Kevin Steen only finishing 2nd place to John Morrison, who gets the big victory over 5 other superstars on the first episode of Ring of Honor. And Morrison will go on to have what will more than likely be an outstanding match with Jay Briscoe at the King of the Ring pay-per-view for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. Morrison wants to get back to the top of the mountain too, that he's never quite gotten to just yet in his career. But now he'll have his opportunity in less than 2 weeks at the King of the Ring pay-per-view. And now we move on to the first episode of Impact Wrestling, the other show that will be hosting the King of the Ring pay-per-view. Starting off with a #1 contendership fatal 4-way. The winner of this match will take on the X Division champion Samoa Joe for the X Division title. at King of the Ring. Looking at the replay here, Tajiri hit that buzzsaw kick. Austin Aries wasn't able to make the save, and Tajiri's the #1 contender for the X Division Championship. Who would have thought? Who would have thought Tajiri would even be in this universe mode? But he is. King of the Ring qualifier. Tyson Tomko, Bully Ray. Tomko and Christian are a team in this universe mode. Return to the Christian Coalition. Bully hits the Bully Bomb. Wait a minute. And he picked up the victory. So Bully Ray has also qualified for the King of the Ring tournament, joining AJ Styles and Kevin Tibbs from Ring of Honor. King of the Ring qualifying match. Mr. Anderson taking on Ethan Carter III, being accompanied by his bodyguard Brodus Clay. And it was Mr. Anderson connecting on the mic check. Yeah, Brodus Clay, get upset. Mr. Anderson moving on to the King of the Ring tournament. EC3 down and out. Clash of Champions here. Bad Influence, the tag champions, taking on Samoa Joe, the X Division champion, and Bobby Roode, the world champion. Samoa Joe hit a muscle buster on Christopher Daniels, sealing the deal. And the two singles champions knock off the tag team champions. There was some glitchy stuff that happened after that match, so was not included in this video. It was actually CM Punk and Diesel came out with the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship belts, attacking Bobby Roode and Samoa Joe. Made absolutely no sense. Again, gotta love WWE 2K14 and their glitches. Now, let's give the main event some attention, because this is important. Jeff Hardy taking on Abyss will be accompanied to the ring by his fellow Revolution member James Storm. And the winner of this match will be the #1 contender for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. The winner of this match will take on Bobby Roode for the title in less than 2 weeks at the King of the Ring pay-per-view. And by the way, this match is a no disqualification, falls count anywhere match. So Jeff Hardy might be at quite a disadvantage here in this match, since James Storm is going to be at ringside. This might essentially be a handicap match, unless Jeff Hardy gets some help, maybe from his brother Matt, who was out a little earlier, taking on 3 other men in a fatal 4-way match, which was won by Tajiri, and Tajiri thus claiming his spot as the #1 contender for the X Division Championship. So also confirmed for the King of the Ring pay-per-view so far, we have the Motor City Machine Guns taking on the Second City Saints for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship, in a match that may have its stipulation decided by the Motor City Machine Guns if Chris Sabin can defeat Colt Cabana next week. Also on the card for the King of the Ring, we have John Morrison taking on Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Jay Briscoe for the title. And as confirmed on tonight's episode of Impact, Tajiri, becoming #1 contender for the X Division Championship, will take on Samoa Joe at King of the Ring. Also, Mr. Anderson and Bully Ray claiming their spots in the King of the Ring tournament, which will take place on the King of the Ring pay-per-view. Of course, I have failed to mention that the winner of the King of the Ring tournament will be guaranteed a future match for his brand's major championship. So say a TNA guy wins the King of the Ring tournament, he'll get a future shot at the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Vice versa for Ring of Honor. If a Ring of Honor guy wins the tournament, he'll get a future shot at the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. However, we will not forget about the runner-up. The runner-up will be guaranteed a future shot at his brand's minor championship. So if a Ring of Honor guy fails to win in the finals, he'll still get a Ring of Honor Pure Championship match for even making it to the finals. Same with TNA. If a TNA guy, well, TNA guy will make it to the finals. But if he fails to win, it's okay. He'll still get an X Division Championship match. So let me guys, let me know what you think of that. Let me know who else you'd like to maybe see in the King of the Ring tournament. If you throw out some names for who you'd like to see try and qualify for the King of the Ring tournament, you just might see them in some qualifying matches next week on TNA as well as Ring of Honor. Jeff Hardy getting in some offense on Abyss here. Again, this is for the #1 contendership for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Either Jeff Hardy or Abyss will be taking on Bobby Roode for the World Heavyweight Championship in less than 2 weeks at King of the Ring. And Jeff Hardy's had enough of James Storm being out there too, hitting him with a neck breaker. But now James Storm getting involved, as he is allowed to do. This is, again, no disqualification, false count anywhere. The ref can just stand there and watch as whatever carnage and interference takes place. He can't do a damn thing about it. Jeff Hardy going for a cover here. Abyss kicking out. Big time matchup here on Impact Wrestling. Jeff Hardy going for another cover, trying to become #1 contender to Bobby Roode's World Championship. Back suplex into the steel steps. Abyss has got to be hurting after that one. That might get Jeff a little closer to winning this match, but Abyss is right back up. Jeff throwing Abyss into the ring. James Storm exposing that turnbuckle. He exposed the one on the left as well. Hardy climbing to the top now. But Abyss throws him off. Jeff fighting back a little bit, but to no avail. Abyss slams him down with a back suplex. Uh-oh. Oh my God. But Jeff Hardy kicks out. But Abyss got his hand on the throat of Jeff Hardy. Lifts him up. Choke slam. This could be it. Yes, it is. Abyss pinning Jeff Hardy. And now Abyss is #1 contender for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. He will be taking on Bobby Roode for the title in less than 2 weeks at King of the Ring on pay-per-view. What a chokeslam. Abyss driving Jeff Hardy into the mat, picking up the victory. You know James Storm has to be loving this as well. His monster, Abyss, will be doing battle with his former best friend, former tag team partner, Bobby Roode. Those two now have a lot of tension between them. And James Storm might see his friend Abyss take Bobby Roode's World Heavyweight Championship from him. And you know James Storm will take all the credit in the world for that. If Abyss is to take the World Championship home away from Bobby Roode at King of the Ring. Now we're moving on to Monday Night Raw. last show of the week here on Friday night. Yes, we have Friday Night Raw here in this universe mode. Mr. McMahon kicking things off. Oh, whoa. Look at that. But here comes Triple H. See what he has to say about that. Wow. Oh boy. So Vince McMahon has laid down the law tonight. He has stated that the winners of the main event will be rewarded. Now that main event is a 6-man elimination tag team matchup. Survivor Series style, but 3-on-3, as Batista, Seth Rollins, and Kane of the Authority will take on Sheamus, Roman Reigns, and Randy Orton. Right now, we've got some tag team action. Slater Gator taking on Miz and Mizdow, the tag team champions. And it was Damien Sandow, after an elbow of disdain, picking up the victory for his team. Miz and Mizdow getting a win on this first episode of Raw, taking out some competition. Who else wants a shot at the tag team champions? Got some Divas action. AJ Lee taking on Brie Bella, who will be accompanied to the ring by the current Divas champion, her sister, Nikki Bella. This could have some Divas championship implications as well moving forward. And it was AJ Lee winning by submission with a full Nelson. Not even her own signature submission move, but a full Nelson. Skipping around the ring here on Monday Night Raw. Moving on. Ziggy taking on Bray Wyatt, accompanied to the ring by Eric Rowan. And even with some interference from Eric Rowan, Ziggler would hit the zigzag and get the pinfall victory over Bray Wyatt. And who knows what sort of implications that could have, maybe even on the WWE Championship picture. Both of those men prime contenders. Here we go. Next matchup, Luke Harper and Mark Henry taking on Dean Ambrose and Ryback, who looks like something out of Wallace and Gromit there at that camera angle, I have to say. He just belongs on that. But it was Intercontinental Champion Luke Harper getting the pinfall victory on Ryback to win it for his team. Now Triple H and John Cena accompanied their respective teams to the ring. Triple H wanting to make sure that his allies stay in power on the winning side of things, and John Cena came out to even the score. But it was to no avail, as Ryback and Dean Ambrose fell short to Mark Henry and the Intercontinental Champion Luke Harper. Could have been a prime opportunity there for Ryback or Dean Ambrose to maybe get a shot at the Intercontinental title, but they failed to do so. Now we're in our main event, which we talked about a little earlier before. Here's what's going down. The Authority members, Batista, Seth Rollins, and Kane, are taking on Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and Sheamus in our main event 6-man tag team elimination style matchup. And Mr. McMahon has promised that the remaining members of the winning team, the survivors if you will be rewarded. But before he can tell us how exactly they would be rewarded, Triple H interrupted. Saying that he still holds a stake in the power of Raw, Because there's strength in numbers. If the Authority keeps winning, then they have the power. And that just might be true. And you know something? If the winners of this match get rewarded, you have to believe that the Authority might as well be back in power. If Batista, Seth Rollins, and Kane all manage to get rewarded for winning this match, we'll have to see just what kind of reward Mr. McMahon was implying. Maybe championship opportunities. Maybe they'll be general managers for a few weeks. Who knows? Who knows what Mr. McMahon has in store? Randy Orton coming out now. He actually came out to burn my light, his old entrance music in this match. Not sure why. I mean, I'm thinking it's because maybe he's coming out in what I think might be his WrestleMania 24 attire, but I don't know, because he didn't have facial hair at WrestleMania 24. So, very confused. But maybe he just likes this song better. Maybe the game likes this song better. I don't know. I really don't know. I kind of like this song better. I miss this entrance music for Randy Orton. But, oh well. Glad it's still featured in the game. It's amazing the little stuff you remember as a diehard wrestling fan. I'm sure some of you are right there with me, questioning these things. And the famous Randy Orton pose. Many have tried to duplicate, but only Randy Orton is really able to pull it off. And here comes their partner, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. Sheamus relishing in the opportunity to perhaps be rewarded by Mr. McMahon, relishing in the chance to keep being in the main event here on Monday Night Raw. We haven't quite seen Sheamus in the main event picture as of late in WWE, but he has a chance here to get into the main event scene in universe mode here on Monday Night Raw, Friday Night Raw, excuse me. That'll take a while to get used to. That is definitely going to be something I am going to mess up a lot, so forgive me in advance. Friday Night Raw, Sheamus, Orton, and Roman Reigns taking on Seth Rollins, Batista, and Kane of the Authority in an elimination 6-man tag team match. Winners will be quote-unquote rewarded, according to Mr. McMahon. Seth Rollins, or Roman Reigns, excuse me, starting things off with Batista, and right away tagging out to Kane. Again, this is our main event, so you will be getting this match in its entirety as well. Excuse me, I had to take a sip of water there, because narrating a video for an hour is somewhat of a challenge. Sitting here by myself, just talking. Anyway. So guys, let me know what you thought of this. Let me know if you like the style of the video of Universe Mode, if you like this idea, if you think it's stupid, if you think it's a crock, if you're not going to watch it. If you're not going to watch it if it stays like this, but you've got some reasons that you might watch it if I change things up a little bit. Or if you like it, if you love it, let me know. I want to know your opinions. Like it, dislike it. Because this is something I am very excited about doing, very excited about sharing my universe mode with you guys, because you know I usually put a lot of creativity into this and I sit at home and do it myself, so I wanted to share it with you guys, see what you guys think of it. Hopefully we get a nice following on these videos, because I don't know if you guys saw, but in the calendar there will be a Cyber Sunday pay-per-view. I believe I have 2 of them in the calendar. I didn't quite get to explain this, but the way the calendar is going to work is, of course, I mentioned that there will be 2 pay-per-views a month. The first will be run by TNA and Ring of Honor. Pay-per-view at the end of the month will feature Raw and Nitro Superstars. But they're sort of going to run on like a 6-month at a time anti-parallel little scheme. What that means is what's happening in June for one set of shows will happen in January. 6 months, or what happens in July will happen in January for the other two shows. I don't know if I explained that properly. So, example. January usually has the Royal Rumble. So, Raw and Nitro will host the Royal Rumble in January. But that month, TNA and Ring of Honor will have their Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Now, Money in the Bank is actually occurring, the first one, in July. So we'll be getting there relatively soon, in a few months down the line here in Universe Mode. That will be hosted by Raw and Nitro. But that month, this coming July, Ring of Honor and TNA will have their Royal Rumble pay-per-view. And they will then begin the road to WrestleMania, which will take place in September on the calendar for Ring of Honor and Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. So their road to WrestleMania will be over the summer, whereas Raws and Nitros will be at the other end of things in the winter and spring. So, each roster will get, its Money in the Bank. Each roster will get its Royal Rumble winner. So just to keep things interesting, on all ends of the spectrum. And of course, I wanted to give you guys a treat to start off. So, King of the Ring will be the first pay-per-view, which will be hosted by TNA and Ring of Honor. Might do a King of the Ring for Raw and Nitro down the line as well. I might as well, since it has championship implications for the winner and runner-up of the tournament. The way it's going to work is the bracket will be separated between the 4 Ring of Honor superstars and the 4 Impact superstars. The Ring of Honor winner and the Impact winner will meet in the finals. So that will be our first little taste of cross-brand action here in Universe Mode. Still no eliminations thus far in this matchup. Again, Mr. McMahon stating earlier that the winners of this contest would be rewarded somehow. Maybe they'll get a shot at the tag titles against The Miz and Mizdow. Maybe they'll get an opportunity at Luke Harper's Intercontinental Championship. Or maybe, just maybe, one of them, or all of them, or whoever survives, maybe we'll get a shot at Brock Lesnar, the reigning, defending WWE champion here in Universe Mode, who has not made an appearance tonight on Raw. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, who knows. Oh, Roman Reigns spearing the hell out of Seth Rollins there. Might see our first elimination here. But no. Okay, never mind. Thought Roman Reigns was going to go for a pinfall there, but alas, he did not. And Rollins tagging out to Kane. Rollins will get to rest on the apron now after getting the crap speared out of him by Roman Reigns just now. So again, the survivors of the winning team in this match will be rewarded somehow. You know what? Depending on who wins, why don't you guys let me know what rewards you think they should get in the comments section. Say if they should get title shots. Say if maybe all 3 of them win. Maybe get an oddball pair for the tag team titles. Maybe the other guy gets an Intercontinental title shot. Maybe they all get a title shot of some kind. Maybe they, I don't know, get to be general manager for a week. Who knows what Mr. McMahon is going to say as far as their reward. But maybe he'll listen to you guys. So leave your ideas in the comments section below. And we'll see what happens on Raw next week. Again, this is depending on who even wins this match. Seth Rollins hits a Seth Walker on Randy Orton. Could have our first elimination here. 1, 2. Oh, Orton kicks out. Seth Rollins tried to get out of there, but Sheamus threw him right back in. So as far as how often these videos will be posted, I'm in the middle of finals right now, so you know, we might not get one very soon. You know, very soon meaning a day or two, but hopefully at the moment, the current pace with school and everything, maybe I'll get one video out a week. But with winter break coming, hoping to do a little more than that, get this thing going before I have to go back to school again, just to get some you know, some real footage for you guys to see, for you guys to interact with, for you guys to watch, for you guys to enjoy. Hoping you're enjoying this so far. Still no eliminations here in our Raw main event. Seth Rollins, slow-mo hot tag to Batista. But, no, that didn't work out. And they lock up in the middle of the ring, in the middle of the match. Orton with a dropkick. Punches, kick. Dragging Batista to the ropes. What's he gonna do? Ooh, 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 ooh. Orton. Orton, Orton. Vintage Orton. Hits the DDT between the ropes. What are... Batista kicks out. Sheamus and Roman Reigns taking care of business. RKO. RKO out of nowhere. To Batista, the cover. 2, 3. Batista has been eliminated. See you later, Dave Batista. The Authority is down 3-2 in this matchup. You know, Randy Orton is the legal man on his side of things, but who'll be coming in to face him now from the Authority as Batista takes a walk of shame up the ramp, back to the locker room, eliminated after a sweet RKO from Randy Orton, who is now locked in a crossface on the outside by Seth Rollins, trying to wear down Randy Orton amidst all this chaos outside the ring. Referee has a count up to 7, I think I just heard. Orton up to a count of 8. He's got to get back in there. Count of 9, but Orton gets back in. And it appears as though Kane is the legal man for the Authority now. Nice to get things moving in this match. Was afraid we'd never see our first elimination. Again, Randy Orton eliminating Batista. Kane locking in a submission hold on Randy Orton now. Cover on Kane. Kane kicks out. So again, so far, just to review, in case you missed it, King of the Ring pay-per-view coming next week. So far confirmed King of the Ring tournament. Kevin Tibbs, AJ Styles, Bully Ray, and Mr. Anderson have all qualified. Jay Briscoe defending the World Heavyweight Championship from Ring of Honor against John Morrison. Second City Saints defending the titles against Motor City Machine Guns. ROH Tag titles. Tajiri taking on Samoa Joe for the TNA X Division Championship. And Abyss battling Bobby Roode for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship at the King of the Ring pay-per-view, which will again be our 3rd episode here in Universe Mode. Seth Rollins got Kane on his shoulders. And he hits White Noise. Roman Reigns taking care of business, taking Rollins off the apron. Sheamus has the cover on Kane. And Kane's eliminated. Sheamus eliminates Kane. And the Authority is down to just one member. Seth Rollins. Triple H's hand-chosen future of the business. Now has to do battle against Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns, his former Shield brother, on his own. Doing a good job against Sheamus so far, though, until there. Rollins gets back on the offense. Fisherman suplex to Sheamus, has a cover. Ooh. Now that'll be interesting. That's going to be interesting. Because I was going to say, there's no way Rollins is going to beat Sheamus here. Because Orton and Reigns are just going to come in and break it up every time. But Orton and Reigns keep running into each other when they try to break up the count. So maybe if Rollins pins Sheamus in that exact spot, he might get an elimination. Ooh! Roman Reigns spearing Seth Rollins yet again. This might do it, and it does. Clean sweep. Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and Sheamus win the main event here on Monday Night Raw. Friday Night Raw. I messed up again. What a match, though. What a main event. This elimination tag team match. The Authority getting swept as Orton, Reigns, and Sheamus prevail in our main event. Reigns tagged in, and Seth Rollins, boom! Didn't even know what hit him. Reigns picking up the victory with that final elimination. Now, all these guys actually had an elimination. Orton eliminated Batista, Sheamus eliminated Kane, Reigns eliminated Rollins. So no man did more than the other. No man deserves more reward than the other. So we still have to see what's in store for these three from Mr. McMahon. And folks, that's going to do it here for our first episode of WWE Universe Mode. Again, leave your comments down below. Click like, click subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know how you liked this episode. And we'll see what else happens next week on episode 2. King of the Ring qualifying will continue. Raw and Nitro will be in action as well. That's going to do it for us. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.